They put a lot of stock in playing a position. It's kind of changed now with everybody having a DH, rotating DH. You know, Adley Rutschman DH as much as he catches almost now. The times have changed and the thinking has changed.
Did you guys see this from David Ortiz talking about the Shohei Ohtani MVP quest? Let's go right to the quote. Hector Gomez posting the quote from Poppy talking about the fact that Ohtani is very much in the running to win an MVP. It's looking like it's coming down to him and Francisco Lindor at the moment. But Poppy on the 2024 MVP award, quote, "They, as in MLB, always had issues not to give me the MVP because I was a DH. I'm going to see what they're going to say this year when Ohtani, the, quote, pretty girl of MLB, is in the race."
Sounds like somebody's a little bit jelly. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, listen, but here's the other thing. David never had a year like Ohtani's having either. So I mean, David had some great years, and listen, David is a buddy of mine. I've known David since we played A-ball against each other, with each other, all this time, right? Played in the big leagues, multiple organizations together. But, I mean, David's best year, he had 54 and 137 in 2006. Unbelievable year, right? Unbelievable year. But he didn't have the stolen bases. He hit 287. Ohtani, his OPS was 1,049. Great year, but it's not what Ohtani's doing this year. And I'm sorry, David. Times have changed. I love you, brother, but might be wrong on this one.
You can have jelly with no toast, and there's a little bit of jelly here. Listen, Hall of Famer, ridiculous years, one of the most feared hitters of his generation. And the years that he was having were awesome. But what year did you just say when he had
2006?
54? Yeah,
2006.
It's not because he's a DH. It's because the value that he brought wasn't as high as the other players that year. Morneau won it that year. Does he think he had a better year than Morneau? Possibly. Does he think he had a better year than Jeter? Possibly. But you sit there and you go, what value is he bringing that Ohtani, because they're not going head-to-head, it's different years. Ohtani, comparatively, the stolen bases eclipse what Big Poppy was doing. And he's everything else, all those numbers are across the board almost equal. Doesn't have the RBIs. Big Poppy could drive some dudes in.
Can I present the counterpoint? So,
Times have changed?
No. Ohtani's got the stolen base, obviously, which was not part of Poppy's game. But besides that, you're essentially looking at OPS, or OPS plus is obviously, or one rated runs created plus, which is a similar number to OPS plus, right? So let's take a quick look. Besides the stolen bases, I get it. Stolen bases are a thing. Just OPS plus. This year, the number for Shohei Ohtani is 177 right now. That is his OPS plus. Big Poppy, in the years when he finished top 5 for MVP, I'm seeing a 145, a 158, a 161, a 171 OPS plus in 2007 when he finished in 4th place in MVP voting. I think that was his highest year. Nope, he had a 173, although he didn't play most of that year in 2012. He only played about a half a season. So there are some pretty large numbers here. Even in his final season, 164, he finished 6th in MVP. The OPS plus number alone, not too far off.
No, but that's not the end-all be-all. That's fine. He had some great years, but times have changed. And back then, the voters looked at it differently, and you had to play a defensive position to win. And again, I love David, and should he maybe won one? Sure, but he's in the Hall of Fame, so, I mean, does it really matter?
Facts.
He's pissed about it.
Hmm.
I'm looking at, like, for example.
I'm pissed in 2006 that I got an MVP vote from a guy. It was way down there, but they were arguing that it cost Jared. I got like a 10th place vote once. Yep, that's cool. It was 2006. Yep, people were arguing that it cost Derek Jeter the MVP that year. So
your 10th place vote?
Yeah, I don't know. There was some big argument about it. Yankee fans. I don't know. I forget. It was funny.
Pop quiz, AJ. What is America's #1 meal kit?
That would be HelloFresh, Scott, and it even works for picky eaters like you. There's an ever-changing menu of 50 recipes to choose from each week. So just select your meals and delivery date, and voila!
Yeah, home-cooked meals just hit different. The recipes are easy to follow with pre-portioned ingredients delivered fresh. Just choose that delivery day, open your box, cook, and eat. It's so easy, Kratz.
Agreed. With FT every day and my coaching job, I don't have time to search recipes all night, and also spending money on a whole jar of spices for only a pinch? Nah, I'm good. My family gets more of me because I don't have to take a last-minute trip to the grocery store at night to find dinner.
Ready for this? For free breakfast for life, go to HelloFresh.com/free FT. One free breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life just by going to HelloFresh.com/FREEFT.
You got the 171 OPS plus, which is basically what Ohtani's at this year, right? Both of those players were in the 170s. So this was 2007. Poppy finished in 4th place that year. 3rd place was Vladdy Jr. 2nd place was Maglio Ordonez. 1st place with a higher OPS, I don't know about OPS plus, I got to find that again for him, was A-Rod, who was way ahead of Poppy at a 9.4. But, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, Poppy also played at a time period where all kinds of crap was going on.
Not Vladdy Jr. It was
Vladdy
Did I say Vladdy Jr.? Sorry, Vladdy
Yeah.
Sr. Vladdy Jr. did not play in
that.
2007.
If I were to have an argument, Big Poppy, that would be your argument.
What?
That maybe he was playing on a little different less level playing field. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to that conversation on many
Yeah,
fronts.
we ain't even going to go there because there's arguments on both sides of that one, Kratz.
Yeah, there are.
I
Yeah.
know.
A-Rod's is more clean cut, like clear cut, I would say, not clean cut at all. Clear cut, we know, like regular roid user, admitted roid user multiple times. So there's a lot to that conversation.
Yeah, we're not even going to go there. We'd have to do a month of shows to get through that.
Well, let's do this real quick. Fast forward, and if Big Poppy had that season from 2007 now, he'd be in the MVP discussion, wouldn't he? It just happened to be that year too.
He was in the discussions. He just never won. He was in them. Right. He just never won it. So, I mean, it's not like he was like, oh, we're just going to throw him to the Wolves. I mean, Frank Thomas won the MVP back-to-back years. He was basically a DH.
Yeah.
And people look at it differently, Scott, because I remember, I mean, obviously I was playing. That was like in the middle of my jump. And they were like, well, he doesn't play a position. So, and they put a lot of stock in playing a position. It's kind of changed now with everybody having a DH, rotating DH, Adley Rutschman, DH as much as he catches almost now. Like things like that. Salvador Perez plays first and DHs a lot, right? The times have changed and the thinking has changed. So, yeah, if David had those years now, he might have a shot at winning one. But, we all played when we played.
How about this? Take Big Poppy's best year, plop it in this year. How does he compare? Does he beat Ohtani? That would be my question to you.
No, he would still fall.
No.
I mean, if we put it right now, I mean, Ohtani could fall off and get close to his number, right? But no, I mean, Ohtani's got the base running factor that Big Poppy doesn't bring. But you're still in the conversation, but you wouldn't win. And this is actually a year where the candidates are down. That's part of why Ohtani's so clear cut. We don't have a 10-win player who's just absolutely blowing the world away with offense on a daily basis. Lindor has now entered that conversation. Ketel Marte got hurt for a while, right? So in a different season, then maybe Ohtani doesn't win. So I just think the fact that you point to Ohtani being the belle of the ball with MLB right now, I don't think that actually matters. Yes? What am I doing?
50. If he gets 50-50, though. Remember we talked about historic seasons.
Yeah.
Last year, Acuna over Ohtani as player of the year and Judge. Why? Because he had a 40-70. If he goes 50-50, never seen it before, what are we arguing?
But what if Acuna's season happened this year and he's going up against Ohtani, they're both setting history marks, then what?
Then we got a real interesting vote.
And I think Acuna takes it. I think if Bobby Witt's in the National League, he takes Ohtani. He doesn't have that competition right now.
That is a great one. If Bobby Witt does everything he's doing right now in the National League, if the Royals are in the NL, he wins it. That's a good way to put it. So that's the point here, is that you can't just point to Ohtani being super popular. I actually think many writers are trying to look at cases for other people to get involved in the vote, whether they have Ohtani MVP fatigue or they're looking at a DH and having a hard time making the vote.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.